Are you looking for a movie about the weirdest eye test you've ever gotten?
Well, then you're in the right place. Welcome to a YMBToAP Interlude.
Hello, Kelsey.
Hello, Robert.
All right.
Here we are.
Here
Talking
we are.
about-
Real excited
I'm
because
excited too, actually.
this is a movie that, okay, spoilers, this is an interlude just for me, I feel like. I've been trying to get people to watch this movie for 25 years. I did not
That's a long
even
time.
realize this movie came out in 2000. But this is
My
the
God.
sixth day Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Can I tell you, I thought that this movie came out earlier. And when I was watching it even, I
Really?
was like, this
Okay.
is like in, early 90s, maybe the late 80s? Because it looks so low quality.
You know what? Let me go ahead and hit this statement I have about this movie first.
Okay.
Because we all know I do not regard the aughts very well.
Yeah.
I do hate all stylistic choices for that 10-year span.
It was pretty rough out there for movies.
Being that this came out in 2000, I was like, oh my God, this feels so 2000. I couldn't get past some of the choices from time to time.
Did they record it on film? Is it like recorded for VHS? Because it does not look DVD quality.
Okay, well, so I don't think this has ever had a good release outside for home media. Like, I don't think it's ever had a Blu-ray. So it probably could look good, but I'm pretty sure this edition that we watched was strictly like a DVD quality one. It's 480. That's as good as you're going to look at the present
Yeah.
moment. Because
Pretty
it
rough.
looked like a DVD. It definitely looked rough. Okay, so this is the sixth day. My first
Mhm.
question, because it's a
Yes.
question I've been having a lot since I've watched it lately.
Okay.
Do you like Arnold? like, do you like his movies?
I do. I don't think that, I mean, we're not going to hold them up in 20 years and be like cinema, but I think
I
that
mean,
they're...
I do. I
you
do.
yes.
Which is what I'm
Okay,
learning.
So, I mean, I will say that it was a deeper movie than I expected it to be.
Good.
It had
Okay.
more like thoughts than, say, like
I will agree.
Terminator. Like,
Okay.
I feel like Terminator, and then what was the other one we watched where he like goes
Oh,
to space?
Total
and takes off his
Recall.
helmet? Total Recall. Those ones, those are very like, I don't know, very Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
How he exists in my mind, just like guns and like
Okay.
flipping and
I
random
will
explosions
say
and stuff.
there was not one in this whole movie.
Yes, there was. They were everywhere.
there?
Just
Oh.
peppered. You're immune to them at this point. Is the thing.
Because they live in me. And they've all come and they all try to escape me all the time.
It's ridiculous. Like he'll be just like in the middle of a gunfight or like doing a punch, and he just hits the ground and ever so slightly, and he goes, "Oh!" Like, it's
Yeah.
just they're in him. It's like one of those groan tubes that you flip over. And it
Oh,
goes,
yeah. He said
It's one of
something.
those.
I love him, man. I just do. But so the whole thing was, because I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, this movie is like kind of better than I remembered.
Mm-hmm.
Because I saw this in 2000. So I was
Okay.
like 10.
Yeah.
And that's the last time I've seen it.
Really? You haven't watched this
But I
lately?
think, no, because I always think about this movie and I always want to show somebody this movie. And then everybody goes, I don't really like him or his movies.
Okay.
So also, because we all watched it. So by the way, my mom had not seen that. Floored me.
Your mom hadn't seen this movie?
She had not seen this movie. So that means I rented this from Blockbuster and watched it alone.
All by your little self.
Because I vividly remember it. And for the most part, everything I remember is what happened. I just guess I missed a lot of the political undertones,
Okay.
you know, because I was 10. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was quite a different movie this go round. But I found Mom at one point just like literally so engrossed, so into it, and I was like, "Yeah, 'cause this is a good movie."
It was really solid. Like I didn't expect it to go so hard on the plot. I thought it was going to be one of those movies where it's like, oh, he has a clone, he's going to fight his clone, and then one of them's going to die, and that'll be the whole implication. Like,
But
oh,
see-
is he like a ship of Theseus situation?
Yeah, but so then I asked Taylor, and she goes, "It's fine." I'm like, "What do you
Hmm.
mean it was fine?" And she's like, "I like his funny movies, like
Oh, really?
Kindergarten Cop, Twins, Junior."
Okay, Twins
that
is the one with
style.
Danny DeVito, right?
Yes, and
I kept waiting
Junior
for Danny
has
DeVito
him
to
too.
show up.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, they had a weird like time together, you know.
bizarre.
Okay, I'm glad you liked it. I
Yeah.
re-loved it again, but if people have known me and have listened to the show quite a bit, anytime we've talked about things in movies that have affected us, this is the movie that makes me check if I'm a clone a specific way. And I've been doing that for 25 years. Does that make any sense now that you've seen it? You're like, yeah, 10-year-old Robert would have dug that shit, and it makes sense that he still does it today.
Definitely. I can see that living in your brain and your eye.
Dude, it's so... That was kind of mind-blowing to me at 10. I was like, wow, my God. Like the
Little
twist...
dots.
Okay, so I guess let's just get into vague plot. Then we'll go into like themes and meanings, I
Okay.
guess.
Yeah.
Did you anticipate that he would be the clone?
I
Or
kind
were
of
you kind of like,
did.
oh shit?
No, I figured that he was probably the clone. Like, I was confused in the plot as a like what's going on with it.
Mhm.
I knew that when he fell asleep in the cab, I was like, something's amiss. Something's going on here. Like something is
They
wrong.
do so many misdirections because like
Yeah.
that indication one, he's the clone. But then
Mhm.
his friend goes, well, you cut yourself shaving this morning. You would be the one to have it. Okay, you have it. So now, okay, he's the real guy.
Yeah.
But then there's another thing. Okay, he's the clone. No, wait, he's probably the real guy. So they kind of flip-flop it several times.
They do, yeah. And the first time that he like goes home and sees himself in there with
Mhm.
his family, that part was heart stopping actually. Like I was surprised. I was like, oh,
Okay.
this is like a little intense because I didn't expect
Okay.
him to like actually see his clone. But yeah, riveting as far as plot goes.
I'm really happy about that. I didn't know what you would take from it because it does have a 40 on Rotten Tomatoes. Like
I
I
think
guess
that's
people
unfair.
don't like this.
I feel like it was cheesy. Like all Arnold movies are a little bit cheesy. There's a scene
Yes.
where one of the guys just goes, "Oh, cool, car chase," and like gets in a car and starts having a car chase.
I think that is a 2000s byproduct. Like there was a
Yes.
time I hate the 2000s, guys. I
And
hate
everything about
everything
this
from
movie-
00 to 09.
It is very 2000s. Like
Ugh.
it did make me miss a certain era of movie. I don't feel like we have any like action movies today.
Mhm.
And that might be a controversial statement because you're going to look at it and be like, "Well, what
No.
about John Wick? What about Nobody?" Like, okay.
But we've discussed in previous, like, numbered shows of ours, which,
Mhm.
you know, by the way, if you are new to YMBToAP, this is an interlude where it's a standoff. We're just discussing one topic, just for fun. It's just a little fun for us.
Yeah.
But we've discussed in our main thing about John Wick and the state of action movies as a whole. We've had this
Yeah.
discussion.
Right. So like action movies today are just like how many different ways can I kill a guy? And like it's a little bit of a creative exercise on the behalf of the director and the art team of the movie. Like how grody can we get with this?
Yeah.
Whereas action movies, in my opinion, are more like the thriller movies of today. Like we have the Mission Impossible
Okay.
movies, which I think are as close as we get to the modern version of what was a good 90s aughts action movie, where
Okay.
there was still like a good plot that moved the story forward, but there's
Yes.
also just like really cool car chase scenes or like a
Set
nice
piece moments.
fight. Yeah,
Okay.
set piece moments. I think that we're missing a lot of that in today's film. I think that John
I-
Wick and Nobody have replaced that oeuvre of movies.
I fully agree because as I've been watching some older movies lately, and I thought this watching some older TV shows, like we used to just, I don't think there's any like plots anymore because I think it's like you said,
Yeah.
it's just about an action or a thing. The plot is not important, but like we used to just go in like, what if a guy got cloned and like this was happening? What
Mhm.
if like Eraser. I mean, I'm just going Arnold as a whole now. Like Eraser, he was just a spy that helped people like basically go into witness protection. What an interesting, like, this is just a look into that specific niche of a job and character.
Yeah.
But now we try to make it very broad. We don't really niche things, but why not? Why not go, well, what would it be like in this scenario?
Yeah.
True Lies, man. Like that, like he was a spy and his wife doesn't know. That's a fun little play. Like we don't have fun like what ifs. It's just like, well, here's a generic plot line, but what cool things can we see?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we don't have those
Exactly.
cool what if plots, and I fully agree with you on that. Because I thought this one was kind of a unique one. I did
It's
enjoy this
compelling.
one. So I guess now we'll go into some of the like kind of little themey things. We'll get into some of that because out the door, I kind of forgot that one of the first things that happens is like so. Also, like what weird jobs? He's just uh, like a retreat
pilot?
guy.
I
Yeah,
was
for
gonna
like
ask you what is
snowboarding.
his job because like he has the cool helicopter, but then he also like controls a helicopter on his arm. Like
So basically, not a resort. He's like these people want to go snowboarding, so they would like charter his services to take them to the mountain to then go do their retreat. So he's basically just
Okay.
like kind of like a transportation company. Like he's
so
not
like
really
a taxi
anything.
for rich people.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But so
That-
like he owns that mountain, I guess too, because his shop was selling snowboarding stuff. So I feel
Yeah.
like he's just a snowboard retreat type place. And so you would like, hey, I want to go to this resort, but this is how I get there.
Okay.
And he would take you there, but go, oh, yeah, here's any supplies you need while you're there. I thought
All right,
that was
so he's just, like,
interesting.
mountain
That's
mogul.
kind of
yeah.
that's kind of a normal job, really.
I suppose.
Like if you go to like a ski resort, that's basically his job is how do we get you up the mountain? How do we
Yeah.
get you to this place? You know?
the helicopters they had were cool as shit.
And that was because I think they mentioned it. He was like, well, basically, we can. So, like, if you have to take multiple parties, that was the point of the remote. He's like, yeah, now one pilot becomes two, but since we have two pilots, we can technically take 4 groups of people at any given moment.
Yeah.
So it's more just like an efficiency for his job. That's really just kind of a normal thing. Like, it just seemed like normal for this futuristic job. But I did want to get to that with you, too. I loved how they opened this because they did, like, the whole, like, factual, like, you know, we cloned Dolly, you know, the sheep.
Yeah.
Then we tried this. And then I love how they didn't date anything. They just said,
Yes.
in a future sooner than you think.
Mm-hmm.
And then here's where we are. And I was like, I love that. You didn't really specify, so you don't get, like, the people going, well, that time came and passed, didn't happen, movie.
Yeah.
You know? I
It's
love that
definitely-
open-endedness.
It's a lot nicer when they do that instead of being like the distant year 2009. And like
Exactly. And then
we've been there.
here we are in 2025, and we're like, we didn't even get close to that today.
Yeah.
You know? So just a future sooner than you think. Because, and I loved that, all time is sooner than you believe it is. Because we say that all the time. I can't believe it's Christmas time already. Oh, I can't believe Halloween's right around the corner or whatever.
Yeah.
You
Or
know?
just like the things that pass in the news. Like, oh, I can't believe that like we almost had a woman president. I can't believe that we had
Yeah.
a sheep cloned. Like things continue
Yeah.
to advance.
So that's why, so spoilers, we planned some of these out ahead of time. Kelsey was watching a different one first and goes, I'm 30 minutes in, got nothing to say. And I was like, I'm a minute 30 in, and I just love the, like, sooner than you think line. I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I love that. But I also forgot this whole, like, repet thing.
Yeah. I wanted
I was
to talk about
fascinated by
too.
that.
It's totally like that thing from Futurama where like Fry cloned his dog. But
Yes.
being able to like I wanted to ask if you would get a repet.
So I fully turned, looked at Taylor and was like, I mean, I don't know. Like, if I could have Jinx again,
Yeah.
I'm a little inclined. I there's like the like morality side of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the selfish side of me fully says, yeah, I would definitely want to know that I could have Jinx forever. Of
Yeah,
course.
that would be super awesome. Like, there's so many situations where, and we'll get into this too with like humans later on, but
Yes.
like for pets, the fact that they only live like you get max 20 years out of some pets, and
Yeah.
that's not enough time. Like, we have like 80 years.
Yeah.
I want my cat 4 times over, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, also like
I think
the,
I would. Yes, that's the answer. Yeah.
the ethics of it get to me though. Like, I would love to do that for my pet, but what if my pet's not having a good time and they can't tell me? Like, what if they don't want to be cloned?
Well, that's the thing. Well, that is the thing. Because as we learned from the human side later,
Mm-hmm.
the humans remember everything up to whatever
Yes.
the last point is. So do they know? I'm really getting like I've been eating kibble for 80 years. I'm over
Yeah.
this.
I know.
And we don't
like,
know that, I guess.
And
You're right.
maybe they're just like done. I don't know. I
Well,
mean,
plus-
everybody comes to a point where they're just like, I've had enough life, you know?
Yeah. And they know their span.
Yeah.
Are they going to be like, I'm way past this. Like,
Yeah.
this doesn't feel right. Like, they may know, like, I don't belong here anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we don't know that, you know?
And I had a technical question for you too. So, like, if you clone somebody with some kind of disease, like say you clone somebody who's got cancer, are they
Yeah.
going to keep getting cancer?
So this movie explains it away. Like, because they aren't just cloning, they are straight up, like, genetically making you to have or not have things. Because
Yeah.
remember, he even says for the pet, he goes, because Arnold has to, like, man, this was a good movie. He goes, so he brought it up as a safety hazard because he goes, how do I
Yeah.
know that I can trust this thing with sharp teeth to sleep in the bed with my daughter?
Yes.
And then the guy goes, well, we can make it have softer teeth. Would that
yeah,
help
that's
out?
true, man.
We can change the color. Like, we can do all this stuff. So they aren't per se cloning. They are, like, genetically making.
Yes.
Which is
okay.
totally different because I would say yes. Well, there's so many other factors to what would like maybe kick off the thing that causes you to have cancer, right?
Right.
I would say your propensity to get it the same, but you may not have the same experience in that new clone lifespan that maybe you get it later. Maybe you get it
Yeah.
sooner. I would say that the percentage of you getting it remains, but the like, well, you're going to get it at 36 no matter what, not the same.
Yeah.
I would
and then
say
there's
no.
also the quandary too of like, if your dog does get sick, like say your dog develops a heart disease or something, and they can still live a
Okay.
fine life, do you go put them to sleep and have them cloned at that point? Because
Right
like
then.
we can just fix it, but then you're ending a
Oh.
life.
You change, yeah, because you know some people would think, because that logically makes sense. Why would I put them through pain now when I can just have them be okay now?
Yeah. And then
Ooh,
does
I
the
didn't think
animal
about
register
that.
that you're doing that to them? Like, it's harder, I think, for animals. Like for humans, we can have a conversation about it and be like, well, you can
Yes.
either go through chemotherapy and we can try to beat this together, or we can just like
Yeah.
end you now and then redo it.
Which we can get to because that conversation happens in this movie.
Does, yes. And
Ooh, man, you
I wanted
really
to
changed
talk
my
about
whole
that, too.
perspective about the pet one, though.
there's a lot of big thoughts in this movie. Like this movie does come at you and be like, here's a what if.
Yeah, and here's all I took. Left eye equals clone. That's all I remembered. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
I honestly didn't remember that at the end, both of them stayed alive. And that one
Yeah.
basically has to just remember who he was and then forego that life.
Yeah. And how do you decide?
Oh, that fucked me up. You know, like,
Yes. Like, so he's just going to go live at sea? What's that about? What's he doing?
I think he's trying to find what his place is because his place was at home with them, but he is not the real one, so he kind of should let him live there, his true self, and go find out who or what he can be.
Yeah. But like,
Because Because if you were a clone, right now, do you not, because you would still feel like you do right now, don't you feel like you should get to come home to Richard?
Yes. That's my thing. Is like,
But
if I had a clone,
you're not the real one. You're not
but
the
I
real
am.
one.
I've got the same
But-
brain. I've got the same memories. It's just the
But
body
you got a
that hasn't
dot,
been here.
yo. You got a dot, yo.
That's what fucked me up about it. Because like when I was watching it, I was like, they could just live as twins and like hang out. But like the second
I said
person,
that too. I said that too. To Taylor. Me and Taylor both go, why can't they just be twins?
but the second person is always going to feel cucked
they
at the
can't-
end of the day. Like
Exactly.
that's
like
my
they,
wife you're sleeping with.
They could
That's
live
my
together.
dog.
That's the reason he has to leave, because that is his daughter.
Yeah.
You know, like he feels strongly for her as well. So basically, go out to sea, kind of find a new perspective, a new purpose.
Yeah.
Because you definitely can't live there and see them and think you're never going to be like, that's mine as well. There's no
wouldn't
way
even
you could
trust-
stay at home and have both of you with Richard and you not be like, I'm going to be the only one.
Yes, exactly.
At some
Like,
point.
I couldn't trust the fact that like if I were to have a clone and just send her like go out to sea for months at a time, go figure yourself out. How do I know? Because I know if I was in that position, I'm not fucking going to sea. I'm hiding in the attic at night and I'm gonna come down and kill you. Like
It just has to be I mean, so then both of you would know that you would have this conversation and both of you would be like, I'm going to have to kill the other one.
yes, like we're both hiding a knife behind our backs. Like it's
But thankfully, they both were like, we came to a good resolution. We're going to have
Yeah.
to trust it for that. But it also felt like, because he got sent out to sea with one of those helicopters, I feel like he sent him out to further the business as well. Because he left with one of like those helicopters with the company name on it. So I felt like
Okay.
they were expanding the company.
yeah.
Because only he could. He was the best pilot. He's the one that owns the company. So it's almost kind of like a twin scenario, but they're just sending one of the clones off to go further it here, but also you're away from the family because we're agreeing I should have them and you're going to go find a new thing.
Because another
Which
thought that I had
sucks.
was like if I were to have a clone and we could stay and live together, I was like, well, that's great because now the clone can go to work for me and do my normal day shit.
No,
and
you
I can
can't
just stay at
severance
home
this
and
stuff,
paint.
okay?
I know, right? Like
You can't
why
because
is
then
it-
you guys would want to flip-flop from time to time.
exactly like why is it fair to her that I get to have the fun life where I'm like home podcasting and doing all this shit and she has to go work at a bank, like. But then we could swap in and swap out. But how do we decide like who gets what time? And
Yeah.
do we do that with the husband situation too? And like, what if the cat likes her better? There's so many. So
I like
many
how that's the big
things.
question. What if the cat likes her better?
If I see my cat loving on a different me, I'm gonna lose my shit.
More than it has to be equal. 2 head boobs and no more. But if you get
That's
3,
it.
knife in the neck, man.
Next head boop's gonna be my head on yours.
I mean, I just took it for what that plot was, and they had agreed to it. So I'm like, cool. I'm glad they could work this out. You
They
know,
could work it
because
out.
he even
I could
says
never.
like, he says, you know, thank you for letting me say bye to your family. You know,
Yeah. And then
And-
he tells them like, "Oh, it's your family too." So
that one like kind of fucked me up because like getting to like hug his daughter for that last time.
yeah.
And then like leave, but like they don't even know because they still didn't know that there were clones out there, so they think that's just him.
Do they? No, they were aware that they're clones.
Mm-mm. No.
No?
They never saw that. The only people that know those clones exist are the 2 of them.
Oh shit! I thought that the
Literally,
family was aware.
Nobody knows because they
Fuck.
killed the whole team that was chasing them down. Which, by the way, fucking Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry Crews. What the hell? He showed
So
up and I was like, I know
early.
that guy.
So early in his career. And then Mary Poppins, y'all. You haven't seen
Yes.
Guardians 2. Oh, okay, you have, right?
Yeah, I saw that Guardians.
cool.
I was
Good.
shocked when he showed up too. I was like, oh, it's Daryl's brother. That's Merle.
Every time he shows up, I go, "Oh my God, it's Mary Poppins, y'all!" I love that guy, and
I do too.
kind of didn't realize how much stuff he'd been in. He's been
got
in a lot
a
of stuff,
shitload of bit roles. He's been in like every movie for 5 minutes.
which is great because I love him. I love his
Yeah.
voice. He
I do
just
too.
sounds
I love his
cool.
face. He looks like the way that Matt and Trey draw Canadians.
Yeah, he does. He's like unlocked a connection that's forever going to be linked now. But even though all these cool people are in it, can I say, so much flat line delivery all
Oh
the
my God.
time.
Yes.
Like everybody's lines, like you said, cool car chase, and then like because in the 2000s, everything believed it was much cooler than it was. Everybody was like too cool for
Yes.
things, and it came across uncool,
Yeah.
which is why I hate all of it. Oh God, I hate it. They did so many. This movie was real big on like. The only way I can
the
describe
blurry
it is
slow-mo.
slow motion reverb. Yeah, blurry
Yes.
slow motion.
It was killing me. By the end
Hated
of it,
it.
I was like, I have to walk away for a minute because I'm going to get sick if they do another one of these scenes.
One scene, maybe when he woke up in the cab, that
Uh-huh.
scene, you can work that in and it feels
Yeah.
good and it works. And I'd be like, solid. But they did it in the beginning. They did it then. They did it like anytime somebody was thinking a hard thought. And I'm like, no, we don't need this all the time.
It's just so much. Like, they really didn't need to do all that.
They didn't. But so let's hit the big one now. I guess like the
Okay.
human side of cloning, which I didn't
Yes.
realize it was like so much.
There's like,
Do you know the
there's
part that
just-
got me?
tell me.
It was the conspiracy part about how the guy that owns the company is a clone, so he has to hide the fact that they're clones because the clone has no rights.
Yes, that
And I
was
was
a
like-
throwaway line too.
Whoa. Yeah.
Yeah, he said so. Clones have no rights and can't own anything, and I was like, holy shit.
So if they were to find that out, that company would have to go like next to the board or
Yeah.
maybe fold and be sold away.
Yeah,
And I was like,
that's
that's
wild.
big.
was
No wonder he's
literally-
got such stakes. You know?
Yes, it was just one line of dialogue that they said that, and I was like, whoa. And then they kept moving on
Okay,
with the
good.
plot, and I was like, go back.
Yeah, I didn't, like I said, I just remembered clones in the eye, but I was like,
Yep.
I kind of forgot that like they were trying to like pass laws to make clones viable because this guy has a super vested interest because he'll lose money because everything's
Lose
about
everything.
money. It's all about the money to keep
Yeah.
this going. Well, then he wants to. Okay, can we talk about that? Because I was thinking about this too, and I was like a little bit on this dude's side, kind of.
Which
It-
dude?
Drucker, like the big bad guy, that got really big too. Did you think about this? Arnold was asking the hard questions in this movie, man. I was digging it.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, we're gonna make it to where like we can do the clones and we can like breed out, well not breed out, but we can like cure disease because we can make you to never have it again. We can
Yes.
cut that out of you. We can do all this and you can live forever, not age, never die. And he goes, but who decides who lives and dies?
Yep.
You? And he goes, got somebody better in mind? That power trip, you
Yeah.
know?
I
And then he's fully, he fully showed that power trip. I got to talk about it real quick because it was so
Okay.
much. The fact that Robert Duvall, by the way, Robert Duvall, missed that guy. He was
Robert
great.
Duvall. Was that the dude? I'm gonna
He
go
was
up.
he was the doctor with the wife
Oh,
that he
yeah,
had the
yeah.
conversation with. Love Robert Duvall. That dude's a legend, man. That scene where he's like, I'm just gonna kill you. Kind of like you said with the repet thing. He's like, I'm gonna kill
Mhm.
you now because you're getting in the way of my business, and I'll wipe that you've ever known about this conversation, and I'll just do
Yeah.
it forever and ever because you'll never know and you'll never be upset because
Yeah.
you won't have the memory of it. And then he just fucking
Fucked
kills
up,
that guy.
dude. It's very much like Eternal
That power
Sunshine,
trip.
being able to
Yeah.
go in and just selectively erase shit. Like, this is why we can't have this technology, is because people in power would abuse it immediately.
absolute abuse for sure.
Yeah, it's the slipperiest of slopes. We have another interlude in the can that's going to come out with more of this ideology, but
yeah.
like the eugenics slope is just right there. We're at the edge of it because there's a line that he says. He's like, we would get to imagine like a world where nobody ages, nobody dies. We can get to keep all the Mozarts, the MLKs. And I was like, yeah, but we get to keep the Elon Musks. We get to keep the
Mhm.
Donald Trumps. We get to keep all the people that have the power
Well,
to hold
see-
the reins of the cloning.
I thought about this. Let me know if you ever got here. By the way, if you guys can't tell from this interlude, this is coming like way as we're deep into Monster, and me and Kelsey just start picking each other's
Yes.
brains apart these days.
Yes.
And I can't undo this now. Monster's ruined me. Did you stop to think? Sure, we can keep the Mozarts, the Picassos, and all that stuff. But we would only keep them, so we would never get a Monet. We'd never get a
Yeah.
Beethoven, because we'd only have the one that we deemed good first, and we'd never have them subsequently. We'd never have anything different.
Nothing would ever
For the history of time.
evolve. Yes, that's
Yeah.
like.
Did
art
that hit
is
you
a-
as well?
It didn't, but now it is. Because
Mhm,
art is about
mhm.
the evolution of stuff. Like every single art movement is a reaction and a backlash to the previous movement.
Yes.
So,
Like, he said that, and I went, then you'd never progress.
yeah. Like not only just in art, but in politics. Like you get somebody in power and it's like, well, we like this guy, but like
Mhm.
who likes him? Everybody? Probably not. Nobody. No, there's not 100% approval of any politician ever in the history of the entire world.
Yeah.
And to know that like if you get enough money, you can just own the rights to like keep somebody alive
Yeah.
forever and keep them in power forever.
Because he even
It's just-
says, like, this guy died, you just cost me $1.2 million.
Yes, that too. That's a lot. But that was a point. When did this movie come out?
So November 13th, 2000.
So USD 1.2 million.
Oh, we doing a conversion? Love that.
Yeah. So
Okay.
2000 to today.
Well, yeah, you really got to think about it, because it opens with this football star, this like quarterback
Yeah.
guy, and they go, the first guy to ever make a $300 million contract. And now there's people making like billion-dollar contracts, and we think that's kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
But he was making 300, and we thought that was astronomical.
So that's 2.2 million today. 1.2 million in 2000 is 2.2 million today.
I mean, I did hear a thing that was saying like millionaires like don't even count anymore. Like you pretty much got to be
Yeah.
a billionaire for anything to shake out for
Yeah,
you.
for sure. Like $1 million doesn't get you a whole lot these days. It sounds
It
like
gets
the
you a
big
one body.
unachievable- Yeah, like it reminds me of Austin Powers when he's like $1 million. Like that.
Which is super funny because in part 2 he comes back after being frozen and he's like
Mhm.
1 million, and they're like, you should ask for more
Yeah, you
because
could ask for more.
it's not the same. And he's like, really? Oh, 10 million, and he's like,
Keep on
more.
more.
I'm really glad. Like, man, this was just, I watched this because it was just an Arnold movie back in the day. But
Mhm.
like, I think you're right. I think this seems very timely right now. I think this idea of the
Yeah.
money and power and things that we could be doing. I mean, we got people who are making their own spaceships at the present moment.
Yeah.
Definitely couldn't have done that back in the day with
Nope.
millions of dollars.
We get people
You know what I
making their
mean?
own terrible submarines and not getting very far with them, but they're doing it.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's bring it back to, we were talking about the human side, because there's one
Yes.
scene I think we really need to talk about.
Okay.
So, man, that's crazy. And see, you were talking about like the abusing of power, because he even says when we make the clone, we purposefully put a disease in them to shorten their
Yeah.
lifespan so that they will need us.
Yes.
They will need us for this.
Sorry for yelling. I'm very excited about this. It's very. I scared the cat.
It's very Repo the Genetic Opera.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
It keeps you reliant on the product that you bought into. So
Yeah.
the repay people, they're like, oh, they're insured. Like we have insurance on these guys.
Yeah. He kept pushing that so much.
Yes, and the insurance that this company is building into this, that's their own insurance. I'm putting a little bit of a fuck up in here, so you have to come back.
Yep. That's the whole, things aren't built to last. Like, you used to buy a
Planned
car that would.
obsolescence.
Yes. Dude, I mean, like, I know that, like, you'll get a software update on your phone one day. Like, right now, it's firing
Mhm.
on all engines. And I know that one day they're just going to put in an update that goes, what if a third of these CPU cores just don't fire no more, so that your phone now feels sluggish? You feel like it's
Yes.
old, but really and truly, it's not.
It's just a shitty software update that they put in
But
there.
what can you do? Because you want the product, they own whatever will happen to it, and they don't say it, so you don't know and you can't prove it. You know, same thing
Yeah.
here. Like, well, we don't. They would definitely hide the fact that they could put that in there.
Yes.
You know, they'd be like, yeah, these bodies, you know, sometimes they just get a random disease. We don't know about it, but they do know about it.
It would be
You
a
know.
huge class action lawsuit in the end of things.
Oh yeah. So, yeah, the doctor that basically perfected the human cloning side of it, we learn later, has been doing that to his wife several times. She has
Yeah.
already died.
Yes.
And see, so that's the thing, though. When she gives her speech, she doesn't say, I remember that I've died. So they've cut out the memory part, but she knows she's a clone. So she just automatically, instinctually feels like, I don't have a place on this earth. She goes, my time has passed. I should
Yeah.
be allowed to go away. She believes in, like, this greater thing. This movie did go, like, delve a little into, like, religion. It wasn't, like, very, like, religious
Yeah, it's not
messaged.
heavy-handed by any means. It's just like the thought of like who gets to live and who gets to die. That's rooted
Yeah.
in the concept of God.
Exactly. How do you have this topic without that? Because like
Yeah.
hers is very like, well, my time has passed, like I shouldn't be here. There's a grander plan. Kind of how it felt for her, like, well, clearly I have no place. My time is done.
Yes.
So what purpose do I have just continually coming back?
right.
You know? And Arnold then asked later, like, you know, who should decide who lives or dies? Nobody but God, or something. You know, like, you can't. And then the one guy, the like spy guy that was trying to end everything,
Mhm.
they were like a religious group. You know.
Yeah.
So like they touch on it, but it's not, like you said, it's not the message of the
Yes.
movie.
I was really interested too in the fact. So, the guy who invented the cloning, his wife was like really into flowers, and she
Yeah.
was, you know, petting on him and whatever, being like, "Oh, it took me 18 generations to engineer this perfect orchid or whatever," and he was like, "You know, I could have done that for you in like 30 minutes,"
Yeah.
and it just kind of puts it into perspective. Like, it's the concept of hobbies for hobbies' sake.
Yeah.
You know, like there's people that are learning how to hand crochet and they'll spend millions of hours. Like there's a person on TikTok who's doing a micro crochet blanket. They crochet with thread instead of yarn, and they make
Oh
what's
my
called.
God.
I'll have to send it to you at some point.
Wow.
They
Okay.
make what's called granny squares, which is like
Okay.
a traditional thing in crochet where you usually make like a 6x6 inch square, and
Yeah.
then you stitch them all together to create like, you know, a cardigan or a
A
quilt
big
or something.
patchwork. Okay.
Yeah, and this person's making granny squares out of embroidery thread, so they're like 1 by
Oh
1
my
inch each.
God.
And they have a blanket going, and it's huge at this point. It's incredible. They've been doing it, I think, since COVID, so a very long time by now, 5 years or so. And
Wow.
it's the concept of that, like, yeah, a machine can do that in 10 minutes if you just feed it the
Yeah.
pattern. But like a human made this with their hands.
It's instant gratification. I know that
Yes.
like yours is like astounding and amazing, and then my point on this is dumb now. But
You're distilling it down though. That's the truth. Like instant
Yeah.
gratification is
well, no, because like Helldivers just hit Xbox not too long
Okay.
ago, and all these people from Call of Duty are coming over, and they hate it. They absolutely hate it because they can't buy everything. They're
Ugh.
finding out that they have to pay money to buy the game, then they have to play the game and earn the stuff, and
Yeah.
they hate it. And they absolutely hate the fact that they have to spend time, and that's the whole idea. Like, I earned this. I did this thing. I spent my time. I like the idea of making that flower. Of course, you could buy it, but it's the idea that I earned it.
Yeah.
I used skill and time and thought and made it
Yes.
myself instead of I could just pay money. And there are people that love the grind, I guess, the idea to like earn the thing, or the people that just, well, I want it done.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I was thinking now, because there's some like Twitch guy that's like getting all kinds of backlash because he's like, I have to earn stuff, I have to spend my time,
Does
and
Will's
people are
thing.
like, yeah, but that's a culture that we've made. Same with this guy with the science. Like, yeah, I've made it to where you can just get what you want and be done. But it's that mindset of, well, but I didn't earn anything. Like, I got nothing was really gained by me as a person for handing
Yeah.
over money to get it. This
Mm-hmm.
lady, yeah, could have that happen, but at the end of the day, she can go back and go, I remember that square because I made that square when my granddaughter was born. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this square, that's when this happened in life. Like, it's almost a tapestry of her life at the same time.
Yeah, for sure.
And you can't put a price on that, which is the difference. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm really, yeah, I need you to send me that lady because I'm so intrigued by that.
Yeah. It's
That's
incredible.
that's the whole. And then one of the next things we watched did this exactly too, but it's the whole that paper in the hallway thing. You know, like
Yes.
all that stuff. Like, you could either have gotten all the way here, you can see all this stuff, or you could just be at the end. You know, and you have nothing to think about. There's nothing there. That you know, all that time. That's amazing. I'm like really interested in that now. Like, my mind's on that instead of this movie now. I'm just like, whoa. But yeah,
Um,
so the idea is he has then replicated his wife several times, and she says, like, you know, I think it's time to let me go. Like, I want to die.
yeah.
Like,
And
I
she
want
literally
to be
says that to her.
gone.
She's like, I'm ready. Like, it's my time. I'm
Yeah.
ready to go now. And he just keeps on holding on to her. And I wonder, too, if he goes back and, like, gets a version of her that didn't say that to him to clone.
Probably. But in this last one, he goes, I'm done. I don't know that she's ever asked before. I think that was the first time, so he had to
Mm.
honor that.
Okay.
Because then he goes back to the guy, to Drucker, the like bad guy, and he like throws
Yeah.
all of his stuff and goes, here's all my stuff, I'm done with this. Because I just lost the one thing that can't be replicated because she doesn't want to anymore. And
Yeah.
then that's when he goes, well, I'll just kill you before this conversation and before she had that conversation, and you both won't know you ever wanted this. And I'll just keep making you to keep making this science for me, and I'll keep making her so she's there for you, and neither of you will know or have a choice in it. And then he
It's very fucked up.
kills the guy. Yeah. Like, this movie did have way deeper thoughts than I imagined, and I'm glad that it did so that we could dig into it.
Yes. Can we talk about a couple of, like, just the surface level goofy stuff? Like, all the
Oh, of
new
course.
technology that they have that they predicted, kind of.
Dude, like, the one that got me was basically Apple Pay, but just with your thumbprint kind of thing for the
Yeah,
taxi.
that was kind of interesting. Yeah,
I was
just
like,
boop,
yeah, okay.
paid for stuff. Like, that kind of happens these days.
Yeah.
And then they had one thing that I really wanted. I've seen, like, kind of a product similar to this in, like, a sports stadium bathroom. They'll have, like, advertisements on the mirrors, which I hate.
Mm-hmm.
But they had, like, a mirror that shows you the news and is, like, telling you stuff and, like, showing you the weather
Yeah.
forecast. That would be so cool to actually have in your home. Like, a thing that gets you ready for the day. Like, here's your schedule. Here's the weather.
Yeah.
Here's what you've got on tap.
I even kind of liked the fridge where it was like, you're running low on milk. And then he just presses the button,
Yes.
thank you for ordering more milk.
And they have that now. Like, smart fridges are a real thing. And, like,
Yeah.
it'll tell you, like, oh, we don't have any more apples. Do you want to go ahead and put that on your grocery list? I don't think there's one touch ordering because that would
Yeah.
be really
Insane.
ridiculous.
Like, the shop pickers out there at Walmart are running low just from our phones being able to do orders at a time. Could you imagine the millions of one-offs just for apples and stuff all the time? No.
Yeah.
Can't happen.
And then they have Megan, that terrible little doll that everybody wants.
Horrendous.
Why'd they make her so scary and so ugly?
And
I hated
and he
her
goes,
face.
"Oh, it's so lifelike." And I was like,
not
is it?
in the slightest. It is
It's
really
like,
creepy.
Maybe then, but not today.
Yeah.
And
And
then
they
they had,
had-
are you talking about the chair?
No. Oh my God. Talk about the chair.
Okay, so the one guy, which was kind of back to a topic we've discussed before, it's like a whole her concept again,
Yes.
or
It's
like a Chat GPT thing.
falling in love with Grok.
But yeah, this guy basically has like an girlfriend,
Mm-hmm.
but then they have like a chair that you can sit in that like a machine will do things while you basically do like a virtual reality kind of thing,
And
you
it's
know?
bizarre. And
And
Arnold
he
like even
even
sits in it.
says,
Yeah, he's like,
like, if I believe there's a girl on my lap, then there's a girl on my lap. So why do
mm-hmm.
I need to find the real thing? And I was like, well, yeah, I guess, you
I
know.
guess. And when Arnold sits in the chair and he like accidentally the thing comes out and she's like on top of him, I'm a one woman man, but or I'm a one man woman. But if you do a software update, it's
Yeah.
so funny.
And then he's like, wait a minute, I actually felt something on my pants. He's like,
I
that's
know.
disgusting, man.
I
And he's
felt
like, I'm
fingers going for my
sorry.
fly. I hate that.
But
Another
yeah,
super
like,
futuristic thing they have is
mhm.
that awesome blood test machine that ends up not being a blood test machine and the eyeball scanner, which
Yeah.
like that's how they clone them. They took a picture of their brain, but they disguised it what is it, a drug test and an eye test for helicopter
Yeah.
pilots.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I hope that one day we can move beyond the like little puff of air in your
Yeah.
eyeball because nobody
Like,
likes that.
Arnold has always been into these futuristic movies. He
Mm-hmm.
always does like a what if in the future type movie all the time. He just has always
Yeah.
seemed to be fascinated with that. And I love these movies. Like I love he's probably why I like a good sci-fi movie, you know, cuz he
Yeah.
was always making them. I just think this was a good movie.
They had a moment with the when he goes to the police and he's like, I need to file a police report, and then they have a
I hated that so much.
the court appointed virtual attorney comes out and is like, you don't have to answer that question. And then
The
they,
therapist one.
yeah, they decide that he's like crazy or whatever. And they're like, bring out the virtual psychiatrist. And he comes out and he's like, why are you not talking about your parents?
But then can we talk about this one when they have to call 911? It's like
Oh my
a whole
God.
automated thing. Like, are
It's
you
so
reporting
fucking
a
bad.
felony? Yes. Thank you for reporting a felony.
Are
Is
you
the
in
felony
danger right now?
happening right now? Yes. Thank you for letting us know it's happening right now. And it was so slow.
And so realistic. Like I can picture
That
that
is-
happening.
You already know. Anytime you've called any company for anything, do not get some 10-minute runaround on the phone first
Yeah.
before anything happens.
Representative.
If you even get one, you know.
Ever. Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be this good, and I'm glad it was. But the acting and the styles definitely take it down a notch for me.
Yeah, for sure. I
But I
really enjoyed
still
my time
enjoyed
with
it.
this movie, but it was,
Good.
I mean, definitely just a cheesy 2000s movie.
So, will you be checking your left eye from time to time?
I don't think I will because I don't want to know.
Oh, I do quite a bit. It's always been a thing. It's going to have to be forever. I guess hit me with a rating. What would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a solid 8 because
You know what? I was at an 8. Okay.
I was like thoroughly engaged the whole time. It was making me think about stuff. There was never a moment when I was like, let me just check my phone. And
Yeah.
I mean, I'm docking points obviously for just the cool car chase and like
Yeah.
just the stupid 90s affect that everybody had.
I think the beginning, I think it is set up well, but like on your first go through, I do think the beginning is a little chaotic. You're just watching a bunch of random moments, not really realizing what's going on. They don't really
Yeah.
give you any background on who anyone is. You literally
Yeah.
walk into a day in the life,
Pretty much.
which makes sense because that's the whole point. You're not we're supposed to feel that later. So I feel like it pays off later. But I even cuz like I can tell when people are watching a movie like it's not landing right now, right? And so I looked at Taylor and was like, "You're not digging it, huh?" And we were about 30 minutes in
Oh, wow.
because he doesn't get cloned for about the first 30 minutes. It's just like him going to his company and then he's getting the test
Yeah.
and then go to Repet and do all the, like, you know, we don't really
So-
know that reveal for about 30 minutes.
Yeah, but even without the reveal, I was so engrossed in the world, like learning different things. Like the news is going by and they're like, Microsoft is trying to buy a State of the Union. Like there's just random shit that's happening. I mean, smoking is illegal. There's a bunch of I was very intrigued in the world that they were building.
I was looking up the guy who made it, trying to see if this was like a big thing that like he's done. It doesn't seem to be. One of his first movies was well, hang on. So that's credits as director. Okay, yeah. So this is the guy. Wow, this is the guy that did Turner and Hooch.
Wow.
He's the guy that did Stop or My Mom Will Shoot with Sylvester Stallone. And then he did
Okay.
Tomorrow Never Dies, which is, man, okay, so that's a good James Bond movie. That's about how the media can, or like, that's like a whole, the pen is mightier than the sword. If we can
Okay.
make news say certain things, the world will just follows along, is the
Yeah.
idea for that one. Tomorrow Never Dies is fantastic. I think you'd like that James Bond movie. And then like Sixth Day. So like, he's not super just like about these kinds of themes. He's kind of an all over guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's still alive. He's 80 years old. Roger Spottiswoode.
Hmm.
Interesting guy. Stop or My Mom Will Shoot. I cannot believe that. That's such a weird movie.
I've never heard of that one. I'll have to check
You
that out
don't
in the
need
future.
to. No, you don't. You
Okay.
don't need to. But yeah, I think this was a solid one. Glad we both liked it at an 8. I feel like we just feel the exact same about it. Good movie. Worth a watch. I've been trying to get people to watch this movie for a long time. It just really stuck with me. But it was more the twist that he was the clone. But now, because like I didn't have a pet then, I didn't think about repet, and immediately the repet commercial and stuff comes on. I'm like, yeah, I'm getting a Jinx too. And I was like, I don't know, but would I? And I was really thinking about it.
Oh, can I tell you my least favorite part of this movie?
Absolutely.
Okay, he's swimming around in the fucking clone juice, just like
Oh.
popping off tubes and huffing clone gas. First of all, what the hell is he doing? Trying to just get air so he could stay under longer?
Yeah. Yeah, he was
Okay.
just popping off oxygen hoses and trying to stay under because they were all trying to find him.
Yeah, but some of them were definitely not oxygen because he like pops one off and puts it in his mouth and he's like, ugh, ugh, and, like almost drowns himself. And then a clone comes to life and grabs him
Yeah.
while he's swimming around. I did not like that at all. Nightmares. Not a fan.
I was digging that part. I was like, oh, it's so action-y. Like, the whole ending, I loved. I thought the end was just so great. Going to
Yeah.
the roof, and then, he's flying the thing. Oh, no, I didn't talk about my favorite part. We got to talk about the favorite thing. My
Okay.
favorite thing. Arnold one-liners. Arnold one-liners are the best.
Yep.
He has that girl's thumb, and he drops it, and he's like, oh, you okay over there? Oh, yeah, I just dropped my pen. I'm all thumbs today. It was so good. I loved it. Like, you can't have an Arnold movie without some stupid line like that. It's just,
Yeah.
it makes the whole experience for me. So, I don't think my least favorite part is anything having to do with the Wily guy, the like other henchman
so
who I'm
annoying.
assuming is the guy that did Cool Car Chase.
Yes.
I don't even remember that line because I block out everything with him. But there's a time that he dies, and the cops are like, "I'm pretty sure that dude's dead." No, he has a really strong pulse, and he's like, he looks dead. And he's like, no, we're just gonna take him to the hospital. He's fine, and his tongue just like bleh,
And he
falls
stuffs
out
it
and
back
stuff.
in his mouth with his bare hand. I was like, stop.
Oh
Why are
my
you doing
God.
this?
Yeah, this is a good movie. I like it. So cool. I'm super glad you liked it. Hopefully, you guys will watch this movie. I want to know what you guys think about it. Like I said, I didn't realize it was even 25 years old, and I've been thinking about it all this time. Always like, I should rewatch Sixth Day. I should rewatch Sixth Day. And I've like gone to pull it up so many times, so this was a great excuse. I just want more people to see this movie. I do think it is underrated vastly.
I think it's worth a watch for sure, especially in like the things that we're seeing in the news today.
Absolutely. So, yeah, go check out Sixth Day, guys. Let me know what you think.
On the 6th day, God made man.
And on the 7th day, YMBToAP said, this episode is over.